Hooray! The war is over and ladies' stockings are now made of silk! These are indeed marvellous days! Hello and welcome to Marvellous Days. Today's Marvellous Day is the 29th of May. Who, what, which famous people were born on the 29th of May? Firstly, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Yes, the one shot at the Texas Book Depository. Don't mix it up with suppository because that's something completely different. He was shot outside by Lee Harvey Oswald. Also on the 29th of May we have, I don't know if you call her less famous, I'll call her less famous. The less famous Jackson, LaToya Jackson. Oasis, rocker, guitarist, composer, Noel Gallagher. Actress from American Beauty, Annette Bening. Film composer, Danny Elfman. Status quo rocker, Francis Rossi. Comedienne, Sarah Millican. And a professional wrestler who I've never heard of because I'm not into professional wrestling. But if you're into professional wrestling, you're bound to have heard of the professional wrestler who's called Hornswoggle. No idea who that is. And finally, born on the 29th of May is me, Bunsey. Hello. So, what marvellous things happened in history on May the 29th? Well, in 1884 in Highgate, it was the start of the first ever steam-powered cable car. Steam-powered cable car? I wonder how long they had to wait for the water to boil. Also, on May the 29th, 1900, the Otis Elevator Company registered the trademark for something called an elevator. And since then, the company's had its ups and downs. In 1912, the Curtis Publishing Company actually sacked 15 women because they were dancing the turkey trot during their lunch hour. Dancing, eh? It seems a paltry matter. On May the 29th, 1919, a man called Charles Strite patented the pop-up toaster. Oh, crumbs, I bet he made some bread. Hoo-ha! On May the 29th, 1928, Fritz von Opel managed to go over 200 kph in a rocket-powered car. On May the 29th, 1942, Bing Crosby recorded a song called White Christmas. You may have heard of it. It is now the biggest selling song of all time. Marvellous. In 1953, Sir Edmund Hillary and fellow adventurer Tenzing Norgay are the first climbers ever to reach the summit of Mount Everest. The weird thing about that though, surely one picture of a bloke standing in some snow is kind of similar to another picture of a bloke standing in some snow. So really we just have to take their word for it that they got to the top. May the 29th, 1969 was the first crossing of the Arctic Sea by a British Arctic expedition. Once again, ice essentially looks like ice wherever you are. Do we believe them? In 1994, the LPGA Corning Golf Classic was won by a lady called Beth Daniels. Yay! I love golf. On the same day, a giant ice ball comet was seen in the sky above the North Sea. I don't really have anything to say about that, but what I do know is it had nothing to do with Beth Daniels. She's innocent. She's just a great ladies professional golfer. Yay. I love golf still. Finally, on May the 29th, 2012, Indonesian police made a marvellous drug bust. In fact, the biggest drug bust in history. They seized over 1 million ecstasy tablets worth over $45 million. So remember, say no to drugs and yes to playing golf. See, crime doesn't pay. Why not do something marvellous like subscribing to Mount Marvellous, and then you will have even more marvellous days!